The Hebrew Bible, a book that's been important to people for thousands of years, might have hidden messages within its words. These messages, called Bible codes or Torah codes, are not easy to find. They are hidden within special mathematical patterns called skip codes. The idea that the Bible has hidden predictions within it has fascinated people for a long time. Could these codes give us a peek into the future, like a secret plan hidden in plain sight? We don't know exactly where skip codes came from, but many believe they were first discovered by Rabbi Isaac Luria, a Jewish mystic who lived in the 1500s. Luria thought that the Torah, the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible, had hidden meanings that you could only find by reading it in a special way. These ways of reading involved skipping letters at certain intervals, which would then reveal words and phrases that weren't obvious at first glance. While Luria's methods were mostly forgotten for centuries, they became popular again in the 1900s with the help of computers. Researchers could use computers to look at the Hebrew text for complicated patterns and sequences. This led to the discovery of many skip codes, some of which seemed to predict future events surprisingly well. The publication of Michael Drosnin's famous book, The Bible Code, in 1997, made these skip codes famous, causing a lot of discussion and debate. While some people thought the codes were just coincidence, others saw them as strong evidence that the Bible was divinely inspired, or that there's a hidden order to the universe. Skip codes, also called equidistant letter sequences, ELSS, involve picking a starting point in the Hebrew text and then skipping a certain number of letters forward or backward. By connecting these letters, you can find hidden words and phrases.
The number of letters skipped is called the skip interval, and it can be a small number or a very large one. Finding meaningful ELSs is tricky and often needs advanced computer programs.
Imagine the phrase hidden code hidden within a larger text. If we use a skip interval of 5, we would start with H, skip 5 letters, then select I, skip 5 more, and so on. This would reveal the hidden message.
However, finding meaningful ELS in the Hebrew Bible is a lot harder. Researchers use computer programs to scan the text for specific words, changing the skip interval and direction until they find a match.
The accuracy of a skip code prediction is often judged by how close it is to other related words or phrases. For example, if a skip code spells assassination, finding words like president or November nearby might seem important.
However, critics argue that these connections can be subjective and open to interpretation. The sheer amount of text in the Hebrew Bible, combined with the flexibility of skip code methods, means that seemingly meaningful patterns can appear just by chance.
People who believe in the Bible codes point to many examples where these hidden messages seem to have accurately predicted historical events.
One famous example is the alleged prediction of the assassination of Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin. According to Drosnin, the phrase "assassin who will assassinate" appears near Rabin's name in a skip code analysis. While this prediction is still debated, it made people more interested in the codes and sparked discussion about whether they could be true.
Another example involves the prediction of World War II. Using skip code analysis, researchers say they found the names of important people from the war, like Hitler and Roosevelt, clustered around the Hebrew words for war and destruction.
They argue that the closeness of these names and terms suggests a connection that's not random and a possible foreknowledge of the war. Critics, however, argue that these findings are often the result of choosing specific data and ignoring the many meaningless patterns that also come up in skip code analysis.
Beyond specific historical events, proponents also say that the codes can predict natural disasters, new technologies, and even the results of elections. They argue that it's almost impossible for these predictions to happen by chance, which supports the idea that a hidden message, perhaps from God, is embedded within the Hebrew text.
However, skeptics are still not convinced, arguing that the subjective nature of skip code interpretation allows for confirmation bias, where proponents focus on successful predictions while ignoring those that don't come true.
The claims made by Bible code proponents have been met with a lot of skepticism from mathematicians, statisticians, and biblical scholars.
Critics argue that the methods used to find and interpret skip codes are flawed, prone to manipulation and subjective interpretation. They point out that any long enough text, even one completely random, will inevitably contain seemingly meaningful patterns if analyzed in enough different ways.
One of the main criticisms of skip code analysis is the lack of a consistent methodology. Researchers often use different skip intervals, starting points, and search criteria, making it difficult to replicate results or establish objective standards for evaluating their significance.
Critics argue that this flexibility allows proponents to cherry-pick data, highlighting only those patterns that support their claims while ignoring the vast majority of meaningless sequences.
Furthermore, skeptics point out that the Hebrew language itself is particularly susceptible to generating false positives in skip code analysis. Hebrew words are often short, and vowels are typically omitted in written form. This means that a small number of letters can generate a large number of potential word combinations, increasing the likelihood of finding seemingly meaningful patterns by chance alone.
Additionally, the absence of vowels allows for greater flexibility in interpreting the meaning of words, further contributing to the subjective nature of skip code analysis.
The debate surrounding the validity of the Bible codes is often heated and polarized, with both sides strongly believing in their views.
Believers, often driven by faith and a sense of awe at the potential implications, view the codes as evidence of divine inspiration or a hidden order within the universe. They argue that the sheer improbability of certain predictions, combined with the ancient origins of the Hebrew text, points to a supernatural origin.
Skeptics, on the other hand, approach the codes from a more rational and empirical perspective. They emphasize the lack of scientific evidence to support the claims made by proponents and highlight the inherent flaws in skip code methodology.
They argue that the human tendency to find patterns, combined with the flexibility of skip code analysis, can lead to false conclusions and a misinterpretation of random occurrences. The debate often hinges on the interpretation of probability and the nature of randomness.
Believers argue that the odds of certain predictions occurring by chance alone are astronomically small, suggesting a non-random force at play.
Skeptics counter that improbable events happen all the time, and that the sheer volume of data analyzed in skip code research makes the occurrence of seemingly meaningful patterns statistically inevitable. They argue that focusing solely on successful predictions while ignoring the vast number of failed or meaningless ones is a form of confirmation bias.
And so, the debate continues, with both sides passionately defending their perspectives. The controversy surrounding the Bible codes highlights the complex relationship between language, randomness, and the human search for meaning.
Language, even in its simplest form, is a system of patterns and symbols that we use to understand the world. Our brains are naturally programmed to look for patterns and find meaning in things that seem random.
This natural tendency, while important for survival and learning, can also mislead us, making us see connections where none exist. The Hebrew language, with its ancient roots and mystical qualities, is particularly fascinating to those seeking hidden truths.
The idea that the Torah, the most important text in Judaism, might contain a secret code that only those with special knowledge can understand, is a powerful and attractive idea. However, it is important to approach such claims with a healthy amount of skepticism and to avoid assigning meaning to patterns that may simply be the result of chance.
The human mind is remarkably good at finding patterns, even in random data. This phenomenon, known as apophenia, explains why we see faces in clouds, hear messages in static, and find meaning in coincidences.
While apophenia can lead to creativity and insight, it can also lead to superstition and a misinterpretation of reality. The challenge in evaluating the Bible codes lies in distinguishing between meaningful patterns and those that arise solely from the interplay of randomness and our innate tendency to find order in chaos.
While much of the debate surrounding the Bible codes focuses on their ability to predict the future, some proponents argue that the codes contain deeper messages and insights beyond specific historical events.
They believe that the codes offer a glimpse into the hidden structure of the universe, revealing connections between seemingly unrelated events and offering guidance on spiritual and moral matters. Some proponents view the codes as a form of divine communication, a way for God to communicate with humanity across time and space.
They believe that the codes offer a deeper understanding of God's plan for humanity and provide insights into the nature of good and evil, free will, and the afterlife.
Others see the codes as evidence of a universal consciousness or a hidden order underlying all of reality. They believe that the codes reveal an interconnectedness between all things and suggest that our lives are not merely random occurrences, but part of a larger, purposeful design.
While these interpretations are often based on faith and personal belief, they highlight the human desire to find meaning and purpose in a seemingly chaotic world. The Bible codes, regardless of their validity, offer a sense of wonder and possibility, inviting us to consider the existence of realms beyond our immediate perception.
Whether we view the codes as divine revelation, evidence of a hidden order, or simply a product of human ingenuity, they challenge us to expand our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
Despite the controversy and skepticism, the search for hidden messages within the Bible continues. Researchers continue to develop new methods for analyzing the Hebrew text, seeking to unlock its purported secrets and to shed light on the mysteries of the universe.
While the debate over the validity of the Bible codes is unlikely to be resolved anytime soon, the search itself raises profound questions about the nature of language, the limits of human knowledge, and the possibility of transcending the boundaries of time and space.
Some researchers are exploring the potential connections between the Bible codes and other ancient mystical traditions, such as Kabbalah and Gematria. These traditions, like the codes themselves, are based on the idea that numbers and letters hold hidden meanings and that the universe operates according to a divine code.
By combining insights from these different traditions, researchers hope to gain a deeper understanding of the codes and their potential significance. Others are investigating the possibility that similar codes might be embedded within other religious texts, or even within the fabric of reality itself.
They argue that if the universe is indeed governed by mathematical laws, as many physicists believe, then it stands to reason that these laws might be reflected in the structure of language and other forms of information.
The search for hidden codes, therefore, becomes a quest to decipher the fundamental language of the cosmos.
The Bible codes remain an enigma, a source of fascination and debate that continues to capture the imagination. Whether viewed as evidence of divine inspiration, a product of human ingenuity, or simply a curious artifact of language, the codes challenge us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the nature of belief. They remind us that the universe is full of mysteries, and that the search for meaning is an integral part of the human experience. Ultimately, the question of whether or not to believe in the Bible codes is a matter of personal faith and interpretation. There is no definitive proof to sway either skeptics or believers, and the debate is likely to continue for generations to come. However, the very existence of the codes, regardless of their validity, invites us to contemplate the profound questions they raise. What is the nature of reality? Is there a hidden order to the universe, or is it ultimately governed by chance? Can we glimpse the future, or is it forever shrouded in mystery? These are questions that have captivated humanity for millennia, and the Bible codes, like countless other mysteries before them, offer no easy answers. Instead, they serve as a reminder that the search for truth is an ongoing journey, one that requires both faith and reason, skepticism and wonder.